Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to week 3 of the module 2. We are going to talk about the motivation and its application. We will be discussing most of the theories over here because understanding this theory is really important. We have talked about this some of the theories already in our module 1. We will try to see their applications over here in this at workplace, and we will try to add some motivation theories more in it. And I hope you will understand it, and I will try to recall the concept of the theory, that is the set of assumptions. For example, you may theorize it that if I am satisfied with my job and the boss, then I will perform it more better. This could be your theory, but for this organization behavior, we have some advanced theories that are more generalizable, and we can test it again, and we have normal generalized type of findings over here. So let's start from our motivation concepts, and let's do some what is the objective described. We will describe the workplace motivation, learn and apply the theories of motivation. These are the two key objectives over here. Then we are going to talk about this motivation over here. Let's talk about this basic definition of the motivation. That is, the motivation is often viewed as the force within us that propel us to do something. Similarly, there are two types of motivation factors. Some are intrinsic and some are extrinsic. So come from within. If you feel motivated to do something, for example, if you are really extrovert person, then you like to have a marketing job all the time and you like to see the customer all the time. But if you are introvert, you may not like to see customer all the time, and you will feel that this is not a job for me. So this is actually the intrinsic motivation was coming in you because you are the extrovert personality, and within you have the passion for this such type of job. Similar is the teaching and programming job. If it comes from your inside, then you are more satisfied at the job at the same time. So this is the intrinsic factor. At the same time, we have some extrinsic factor. For example, your salary, your promotion, your work itself, your training, your work environment and technology. So these are the external factors. If your technology is not cooperating you, or like your computer is not working and all the time you are talking to your technical manager, what is happening? I'm trying to enter the marks, I'm trying to open the bank account, but this error is coming. This could be an external factor which is demotivating you. Similarly, if your salary is not at par with your colleagues, then you may be dissatisfied, or you may compare your salary with other market IT managers, or bank manager of Muscat may compare the bank manager of Sohar, and you feel, this my salary is low and his salary is high. Why? What is unique in him? Why I should not switch the job or thing like that? So if you are like this person, you are actually talking about the external factor in this regard. So let's go further. For example, we will try to apply the Maslow hierarchy of needs, which we have studied in the module 1 at well, and the idea was here that the first you have the psychological and biological needs, then you have the safety needs, then you have the social needs, then you have the esteem needs, and then you have the actualization needs. Today we are going to see some application of in this regard. For example, if you see how this university or how this bank Muscat or Sohar Aluminium is fulfilling these needs. So if you see, sometimes you see these dispensers and coffee things like this, and these are available free for you from offer from you, or you are getting snacks at workplace. So this is sort of satisfaction, biological satisfaction. You are getting the basic need free of cost from your organization, and your organization can contribute for you in this regard, or they can at least offer you free water and clean water to drink you all the time. You need not to pay for those. So this is the way your organization contributes towards your basic need. Then this is your security and safety needs. For example, if you are a civil engineer and they are giving you proper helmets and proper kits and suits for this, and they are giving you proper shoes for this, then they are taking care of your safety needs at the same time, because if you are safe over here, then you can safely go to home. So this is the way your safety needs are being fulfilled at the organization. Then you have the social needs. For example, creating the structure based on the teams and all those things are basically the social needs. If you are alone somewhere, or alone office, and you are not talking to anyone, so if you are introvert, then you may enjoy it. But sometimes organization provides you the social circles. For example, they create your temporary group to win a project from the government of Oman, for example, to building a coastal highway from Sohar to, let's say, Muscat, new highway, and you are now the project lead as a civil engineer engineer, you have your technician with you, you have your labor with you, and you are taking scientific equipment, and as a team it is a social event where 3 different departments will be coordinating and your social needs will be fulfilled in this regard. Similarly, esteem need, for example, they recognize you, they give you job roles, they give you promotions and proper bonuses and salaries. So this is the esteem needs the organization is actually fulfilling in this regard. So actualization is jobs roles that allow opportunity for challenges, creativity, having a say and freedom, and your power is being reflected and you feel internal satisfaction at the same time. Then this is the actualization need, which actually organization is helping you to take care. And as an HR manager, as an organization development manager, you should think which sort of need you want to fill for the employee for their satisfaction, so that they may perform at workplace very well. So if you go further, there is another way to motivate the people, that is the goal setting theory. Sometimes you see the people are really career oriented and goal oriented at the same time. So if you set their goals properly, for example, the project team, you set a goal, okay, you have to win 2 projects, then you will get a 2 bonus salaries. Similarly, if you give a goal target to your marketing team, okay, if you exceed 1 million Omani Riyal this year, then we will send you to Europe for a trip for this. So this goal setting, at the same time you are giving them reward. So this is the way you are goal setting, you are motivating the people for a particular goal in this regard. So there are particular assumptions. For example, the goal tell an employee what needs to be done and how much effort is needed. Similarly, evidence suggests that the specific goals increase performance. Difficult goals, when accepted, means acceptance is difficult goal, means acceptance is also required. They should be challenging, not very easy goal, but at the same time the employee should accept it as well. Result in a higher performance, and feedback leads to higher performance. If the goal is not being achieved, then your boss and organization is giving you proper feedback to achieve that goal. There are 3 main factors: the goal, commitment, task, characteristics, and national culture at the same time. Some national culture are really not cooperative in this regard, and we normally inherit the national culture in the organizational culture at the same time. So if someone is not coming on the time, and this is the national culture overall, and same is being adopted in the organization, that could actually really problem for us to achieve a particular goal. Similarly, tasks, if a task is really creative, for example, this during COVID-19, you see that most of the things have gone online. We are delivering lecture online. Similarly, the grocery you are purchasing online. Some medications are going online. So this is the task is same to achieve the organization performance, but the way we are going to do it has been changed with the time. So for this, if you change it, then you properly train the people accordingly and put a proper goal for this, and expect people that they will do some error, but still you will back up them. Okay, this was the first time you were doing, okay, next time you can do it in a better way. So applying the goal setting theory, similarly you have this SMART is the actually specific, measurable, aggressive, and this realistic and time-bound goal. We will perform this particular activity in our tutorial, and you have particular sheet in this, and you have some example in this, and you may set you will try it online with your instructor in the class, inshallah. So next it is the expectancy theory, what you expect actually. So it is a very good theory at the same time to motivate people. Remember, in this week we are studying about the motivation and how to motivate the people. So far we have talked about this Maslow theory and goal setting theory. So expectancy theory, a tendency to act in a certain way depends on an expectation that the action will be followed by a given outcome, and there are particular variables in. For example, individual will put effort, then individual will perform, and ultimately organization will give reward, and the personal goals will be achieved. So this is the expectancy theory, and we are going to talk more in the live session about this theory. So let's go further for the equity theory. Equity and equality are very important concept. Look, for example, if you try to say that why my skin is black and why the skin of the other person is white, so nauzubillah, you can say to God, why I am not white? So look, this is not the thing. You are being tested for something. So try to stay here. For example, I will give you the equality. So now from here you will try to understand equality. Not all the same persons are equal. in terms of richness, in terms of personality, in terms of doing the job, in terms of intellect, but they have been tested at different levels. So equality is by default not there. So what we can do is the equity. Try to understand equity. For example, if someone has no leg, for example, if no feet is with me, but you will help, you will provide him the proper leg. For example, if someone is watching the match and there is a wall behind it, for example, like this, and a very tall man do not need a bench there. That is, but you should provide the bench for a person with a low height. This is the equality. This is the way the God and Allah has asked us, okay, to help the poor. Why? To generate the equity, so that they should feel empowered as well. They should get their food satisfaction. So same is the idea behind the equity theory within the organization. Actually, there are two variables over here, input and output. For example, you first thing should be there, you should compare manager finance with the manager finance or manager marketing only. So if your output can be compared and input can be compared, then you can actually compare it. So if you see this equation, this is IA, this is the input of person A and output of the person, and input of the person B and out of the person. If it is less, then it is inequality. Then if it is equal, it is called equality. And lastly, if it is greater, then this ratio is called inequality again, and being over rewarded at the same time. So let me try to tell you. For example, sometimes you compare your salary, but you cannot compare your salary with your CEO. You normally compare your salary with your IT manager. You are IT manager, I am the IT manager. Okay, both are IT manager in the same organization. He is senior, okay, he is getting, let's say, 100 Omani Riyal, no problem. But if he is getting 2000 Omani Riyal and I am getting 500 Omani Riyal, then I will think again, why I am the IT manager and getting only 500 Omani Riyal. It is a big difference. I am giving the same input, I am providing the same, controlling the same laboratory and all those things. So here the equity theory is more effective, and you should to think that this equity theory applies for the motivation of the employee. As an HR manager, you check their pay scales and you check that these same cadre of the people are getting almost little variation, not much, and getting almost the similar salary. So equity theory will actually help you to plan such sort of things in the future. So here are some implications for the managers. We have seen some 4 or 5 theories, and we will discuss more details in our upcoming live sessions. So let's try to see some implication. Make sure the extrinsic reward for the employees are not viewed as the coercive, but instead positive, and provide information about competence and relatedness. Means not always, sorry for this, actually this reward for salary, always keeping increasing the salary is not important. Try to tell them this is the proper environment, you are happy with this environment, we are also providing you recreational leaves and all those things. So try to relate the environment in this, and increasing the salary is not always the option. So either inspire your employee to set a specific difficult goals. Sometimes you give them challenging goal, so you try to distinguish between the two people. For example, one project team, 1 or 2 project of highways from Sohar to Muscat, the other has not one, so they should know that they will get their proper bonus this year, but they will not. Why? Because they both were challenged for developing and winning that project of road development, but one team has won, so that's why they are getting promotions and they are getting rewards and all those things. So try to align and try to employ goals to the goals of your organization. Sometimes the goals are very different. For example, if somebody want to be promoted and someone other want at the same time 2 IT managers wanted to promote it. So who will be promoted next? So give them a proper challenge and goal with them. Okay, we will distinguish your performance based on this, let's say, task or the project. If you are trying to distinguish, let's say, a professor, let's say, what sort of publications are there, how you're different, how your customers are satisfied at the bank, and we are taking those surveys, and 5 times gradually your customer satisfaction is going high. That's why you are being promoted. So this is the way you are going to apply your motivation concepts when making decision regarding resources in your organization. That is about the equity theory. So please properly take care which sort of resources you are providing to IT manager A and IT manager B, bank manager of the Sohar bank branch and the Salala branch at the same time. So if you are providing the same resources, mean human resource, finance and all those things, but the Sohar bank manager is performing very well, then he deserves a bonus or promotion at the same time. And you can openly say that this is the employee of the year because he has double these accounts and with the same team and with the same resources. That's why we are promoting him or sending him for the recreation trip at the Europe and whatever. So this is the way you link actually your reward and you apply those theories. That's all for this module. I hope you have understood the individual level psychology. In the next module, we will try to understand the organizational level or the group level, how the people interact more, and we will try to relate those things like leadership, organization, culture, and team dynamics and things like that. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.